Hey, welcome back. We just had a brief break and watched some Doug Jones. He is a mime and he's in The Shape of the Water, which is a new movie coming out. I know very little about it. From what I can tell, it's just splash. I was just telling Josh, this cute movie, I think it was late 80s. Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. Tom Hanks meets a mermaid and tries to protect her from, government tests and all that. But The Shape of the Water, there's a lot more to it.
I think it's The Shape of Water, not of the water.
I don't think it is. I think it is The Shape of the Water. Either way, my lack of understanding about the movie, it looks, I don't know, looks kind of cute. What is her name? I'll have to look it up now because Sally something. She is, what is her name? She was in Persuasion, which is a cute little Jane Austen. Totally dismissive of one of the greatest, most celebrated writers, I will say. We can debate actual quality of content later. Not to get too sidetracked from what I was trying to say, but I think the biggest, Sally Hawkins is her name, the biggest issue that I have with Jane Austen fans and with Shakespeare fans is that people do not pick up on the subtlety that is sarcasm. Jane Austen was not a romantic person. She never married. She, maybe that was because nobody proper came along. You can watch whatever dumb fictionalized history wants to romance her up or whatever, but Jane Austen wrote those books because she was criticizing that world. But people like me especially, I love it. I am a romantic, so I like her.
Like Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
Frankenstein it's a conversation about life and responsibility for the things that for the decisions you make and the impact it has on other people.
It was during kind of a zeitgeist, I suppose, where scientific knowledge was celebrated. We had Darwin, Darwin's the only name that comes to mind. But there was a big, it was in vogue. It was very much like it is now, where suddenly all of the nerds and the geeks are the ones that are leaders of the industry of the age.
Celebrated.
So Mary Shelley, that book is very much a conversation about the responsibilities you have. They're too busy, asking if they could ask if they should or whatever the quote is. But anyway, back to Doug Jones.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they
could grab they didn't ask if they should Dan Cliff. But Doug Jones, he plays a merman pop. But he plays some kind of merfolk in some kind of government testing. Again, I haven't actually looked into the movie that much, but I am
we just saw some of the makeup.
Fan of Doug Jones. He is the eyes guy, the hand eyes from Pan's Labyrinth. He's Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus, which was the first place I ever saw him.
Oh, that's right.
So he's the zombie in
I
Hocus
always
Pocus.
forget about that.
Wonderful. He's in, what is
that's
that?
Such a cute,
There's another movie.
Fun role.
Let us know if you, I could look it up, but I won't bother. But there's a movie that he's in. It was like a horror film, but it was kind of about the story of Jesus. It had the guy from Wild Hogs, one of the guys from Wild Hogs, and then he plays the ice cream man or something, and he's terrifying, but his movement is so incredible, and since we're playing Insaniquarium, it was just appropriate, I guess, to watch a couple of clips to see him.
Oh boy.
You could do it.
Whew. So the primary challenge you might see here is that I have to lure the little gupsters to the bottom.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce us to Progo's new sound.
Oh, well, we were just having such an intellectual conversation. It would have been perfect to interrupt it with that.
Well, I apologize
we'll do that
for
next
distracting
time
everyone, but if you don't know who he is, look up Doug Jones, and despite what your feelings on mimes and clowns might be, I personally find him a little bit creepy, admittedly. It's kind of the mascot effect. Freaks me out a little bit. But he is not like that. Doug Jones is a dancer. He makes art with movement. I just cannot hype him up enough. I find him so interesting, and he's a really nice man.
He's so nice, and he's funny
nice.
too.
Yeah.
So this guy that I just got, This weird tadpole-looking thing.
Can we name him Doug Jones?
We'll call him Doug Jones.
Doug Jones, the tadpole merman.
Doug Jones is a beetle muncher. Oh, boy.
So he collects the beetles that your guppy-eating crab face.
Exactly.
What is the Pokemon that looks kind of like that?
Oh.
Do you know? I'm gonna look it up.
I'm not sure. It sounds a little...
I just love Doug Jones. I'm still...
Oh, little guy. Eat. Don't die. Oh,
maybe it's a bug type? Is that a thing in Pokemon? I don't really know
yeah,
much
there
about
are
Pokemon.
there are bug type.
So I was not older, but I was old enough, I suppose, to find Pokemon quite lame when I was a kid, because that was what my younger sister did, and her dumb friends that I hated. And my sister and I are best friends now.
Why are you guys piling up next to him?
Oh, look at these rockets. They're so interesting.
I was introduced to Pokemon, actually, when I was in my mid-20s by our current roommate, Whip Nasty. He had a Game Boy Color, which we had a Game Boy very briefly as kids, and then, well, I won't go into that story, but we only had it for a little while, and then we didn't have it anymore. But it was just a real basic one, so it was pretty cool, first of all, just to have a Game Boy Color and kind of have that little nostalgia from being a kid. But he also had Pokemon Yellow, I think? What's the difference between Yellow and Gold? I'm pretty sure it was just Yellow.
Yellow, you have a Pikachu follow you behind?
Yeah, that was the one. And I, of course, because I've said before, I kind of have an affection for toilet humor, so I won't tell you some of the names that I chose. But if you name them adjectives, then the dialogue becomes very funny within the game. So bear that in mind if you play those games again. If you select an adjective as the name for your Pokemon, then it can make funny dialogue. But anyway, I don't know very much about Pokemon. I really, really enjoyed it. I totally get it now.
We played some... actually, you played
I played
through...
like every version
well,
I
so
could
first
find on emulators on the computer.
First, you played...
I'm pretty sure it would have been Yellow, because that's what I played on the Game Boy, so I wanted to play that one.
And then you played Emerald, or maybe it was Ruby or Sapphire.
I'll say Sapphire.
It was one of the newer ones. Because the graphics are better, the movement is better. Oh, yeah. Oh, Paris. That definitely...
So this little bug... What is it? The Guppy Muncher? Guppy Cruncher?
Guppy Cruncher.
The Guppy Cruncher looks a bit
like... The Guppy Cruncher and the Beetle Muncher.
Like Paris. From the Pokemon.
I love this robot. Shrapnel drops bombs that blow up fish on contact, but which give a lot of cash when clicked. So I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get Vert, and I'm gonna get Prego. I'm just going for this money version. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna type Super Mega Ultra, and that has enabled the Ultra Prego sound. So strap in.
Warning for parents who don't like toilet humor, I guess.
So he flashes before he drops a bomb, and when you grab it, you get 150 shells.
Okay. Oh my gosh. To be honest, I kind of like the original. I think the original one is a little bit funnier, but that is excellent.
I'm gonna leave that on for a little while.
Stupid toilet humor. I giggle when people use any kind of, even if they don't mean to say something, and I just can in any way associate it with some kind of...
We'll see how long
boogers,
we can last.
Boogers and nose picking and toots and poops, and it's so dumb. But it's the simplest. It's one of the earliest things that you laugh at as a kid. You know, let's be real. You have a little bit of a toot when you're potty training, and you're just
Type P.
Stuck
What is
forever.
Type P?
We will find out shortly.
It's Octagon! Ah!
Look, Look, he's even got a spatula. You're trying to kill the sushi chef.
Oh, man.
This is such an early reference to the game that didn't even exist yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can't shoot him while he's doing this. And then he comes right back up, and you gotta shoot him some more. Oh my gosh. Well, there you have it. That's actually it's more like a squid. It's only got 6. He will move towards your guppies, and he'll be able to eat them, so you have to shoot him past them so that he can't. Oh. I gotta get me a gun upgrade. I mean, a laser upgrade. I forgot about those guys. I don't know how many more there are that I'm gonna be running into.
It's so vulgar and ridiculous.
It's great, though. I think that you can turn on. Oh, I gotta upgrade my food stuff a bit. But you can turn on that sound for other fish as well. I am just. This has been a trip down memory lane for me. So, I've just been happy to play this game again and to see what I remember and what I get to discover new again. Like, I know for a fact I never turned off that sound. Okay. Oh, it's so tricky. I can't shoot my own fish. Oh, no. Why? They just don't even know. They don't even realize that there's an alien there that's just trying to eat them.
They're like, oh, it's weird. I just get fed.
So, in this ecosystem, it's a little trickier. But it's identical to the way that the star catcher worked, but instead of feeding your guppies a star potion, you have to feed your guppies to a carnivore, and then it drops the things that get eaten by your beetle muncher. And it's worth so much. 550. That is a lot of money to get for a single one of those. I am gonna start. I'm gonna start transitioning towards a guppy cruncher environment. Oh.
Oh no, but it's so funny.
I needed it to happen. This is just the transition that I need to make. I've been enjoying having Prey go around, but I won't be bringing her with me to the next mission. Oh boy, keep them in between. Oh, no. I might end up getting, get the one weapon upgrade. Get out of here. Stay right out of, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that was very close. He doesn't have to get very close to... he doesn't have to get very close to do damage to you. Or to eat them. I've got 2 beetle munchers now. It seems like I'm doing pretty well with the ones that I have. Okay, I gotta turn off the ultrasound. There goes another one.
Oh no!
They're okay. They're just
What?
dead.
No, that's terrible. Feed them.
I'm switching.
Buy a bunch more guppies.
I'm transitioning towards the beetle muncher.
Pivoting?
Pivoting.
Which one?
I'll leave the one at least.
Which one?
It's yours. You can see it's starting to take a lot more.
Oh my god.
It's starting to take a lot more money to get these. I've just now gotten the first egg piece.
The Jurassic Park sound, I can't remember the combination, but I know that they used an elephant. Maybe they just distorted an elephant's trumpeting.
Oh, you stay away from my guppy trumpeting.
You didn't.
I'm getting a lot of pearls now, so that should get me through this level in a timely fashion.
Oh no!
There's gonna be a lot of guppies dying in this stage because they keep being burnt, and I'm feeding them, and then they're getting too big, and then it's just a whole thing. But I've only got a couple guppy crunchers, but in general, you can feed, like, the guppies can feed the star catchers really easily. Even just one of them can feed them pretty easy. And we did it! Gumbo the Angler. Oh, that's right! Oh, Gumbo is one of my favorites. Gumbo attracts the guppies using the lantern on his head, luring them away from the enemies. So I'll definitely be using that in the next stage. No Prego, although I enjoyed that Super Mega Ultra. And we will come back in the next video and play 3-4. Thanks for watching. Also...